And we're back. Who knows how long
We're
it's
here.
been? We're here.
Yeah. Not. Oh
It's quite the
Jesus.
way to start a show right there.
Yeah.
All right.
But however
Dying.
long it's been, it hasn't been a crazy unreasonable amount of time.
Yeah. Like 3 months. Um, and we're here to talk about Resident Evil 9 Requiem.
Probably our most anticipated game of the year, right?
One of them for me, but yeah,
Yeah.
definitely it's up there.
Yeah.
So what did you think?
I loved it. I mean, honestly, okay, so I think it's up there as one of my favorites. Not quite my favorite
Mhm.
Resident Evil, but definitely up there. Like that upper echelon of like uh the remakes of 2 and 4 and then the original 4 are all at the top for me. I think it's right up there with them. It was incredible.
Yeah, I would say, and I've said this to you in our group chat, that
Yeah.
it is the best. It to me, it is the best non-remake Resident Evil since the original Resident Evil 4, 20 some
Yeah.
odd years ago.
I wholeheartedly agree. That I think hands down it
Mhm.
is definite. Maybe also I don't know if I would go that far. I was going to say maybe also just the best Resident Evil since 4, but the remakes of 2 and 4 are really good. I don't
Yeah,
know. With replays, I'll decide.
I have to I guess like it's kind of this I don't know, maybe my statement doesn't quite work since Resident Evil 9 builds off the Resident Evil 2 and 4 remakes,
Right.
since they take cutscenes from those and put them into. By the way, we're gonna talk spoilers, and
Probably
um
should have mentioned that.
and the footage that we'll be playing will be from my insanity mode run that I streamed. So there's gonna be lots of rocket launchers. There's gonna be spoiler footage, infinite ammo, and so just keep that in mind. We're gonna be talking spoilers anyway. So but like, yeah, it's the best like original Resident Evil in 20 years.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And
And that's coming from someone who really likes Village and 7. 7 too, but I like Village more.
um
Um,
go ahead.
I know you don't like them as much, but
I don't like them at all.
yeah.
I don't like.
Really? Not at all. I mean, I know you have qualms with 7 as a Resident Evil game, but you like it as a horror game.
So I should clarify that I've been a Resident Evil fan since I was 12. Okay.
Right. That's
Um
he's
so
our expert.
I I've been with this series. I mean, not from the beginning, but I've, like,
Pretty close.
I mean, fairly close, yeah. Um like, let's see, I probably played them the first time when I was like maybe 6th or 7th grade. So that would have been 2002, 2003-ish,
Yeah.
right? So I'm about 4 or 5 years removed from, like, you know, it's not like I could play them when I was 8 years old. Um so um and like all of like the like all of like these hardcore Resident Evil fans from like back in the day, like they all like glazed 7 and 8, or at the very least 7. And to me, Resident Evil is beyond just survival horror. And I feel like even the most crazy Resident Evil fans can agree to some extent that it's beyond just survival horror, and it's character driven as well, because you see so many people calling for the return of characters like Jill and Claire. Um, so so yes, um, Resident Evil needed some kind of fresh take after 6, but they I feel like they could have found a way to do it without Ethan. That's
Yeah.
all.
You're not a fan of Ethan. But anyway.
Resident Evil 7 is a great horror game. It is. So I'm not going to deny that. Resident Evil 7 is a great horror game. I just don't like it as a Resident Evil game. And people can come at me all they want with that. I don't care. They can.
I guess I should probably clarify too. So Brent was the one that got me into Resident Evil a couple years ago. Let's see. It was probably like 2022, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I started playing them, and then I played the original 4 right before the remake of 4 came out.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just kind of kept going. So I am fairly new to this. Not fairly new. I guess, damn, 2022 was 4 years ago. Anyway.
It's pretty new compared to me, so.
Yeah. By comparison, I'm fairly new to the franchise, and this is the first, like, actually new game that I've been within the fan base for the release of. Like, obviously I was around for, like, the Resident Evil 4 remake, but that was a remake.
Yeah.
So this is the first actually, like, genuinely new game that I've been, sort of connected for the release of.
Yeah, and I've been around for all of them since 4.
Right. So we're coming at it from kind of different perspectives,
mm-hmm.
but I think we kind of both arrived at loving it.
Yeah. And some people online are saying that it's all driven by nostalgia, and maybe that definitely is true, but I do think that to some degree there's a level of nostalgia in all of them except for 7. It returned in 8. So I feel like that argument is kind of, I don't know, I think it lacks merit. Because there's like just because you return to Leon and you return to Raccoon City doesn't necessarily mean that it's nostalgia driven.
Right.
I will go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, as I was playing this, the term legacy sequel gets thrown around in film a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that this is the first, like, Resident Evil game I would apply that term to. Like, this is the first Resident Evil game I would actually call a legacy sequel, where we're trying to put something new forward while returning to original characters at the same time. Mm-hmm. And it's obviously we had the Winter Saga, which was trying to build something pretty different.
Mm-hmm.
But now that we're actually coming back to Leon and everything, I think calling this a legacy sequel is fair. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I don't think that detracts from what the game is and how great it is in basically every aspect.
Yeah, and I won't completely shut down 7 and 8 because in order for Grace to run, Ethan had to walk. I get that. But I still didn't like them. I like them. Yeah. I like them for giving me Resident Evil 9, but
yeah.
In the moment playing them, I was just like, so no, I what was I going to say earlier?
Yeah, my bad.
The only frustrating thing about Resident Evil 9 is that RPD is like it's on the cover and it was part of the marketing, but you can get through RPD in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Honestly, I was perfectly okay with that. Like, I know we didn't advertise it, but like we just played through it, and I guess Resident Evil 2 remake was now 7 years ago, mm-hmm. but it was already in Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake, and I think if they used it in full, or not in full, but basically in full again, mm-hmm. or any longer than they did, people would have thrown the like you're reusing assets thing at them.
Right. By the way, I'm a full supporter of reusing assets because it's money saving, and I get it. Anyway, that's besides the point. Yeah, no, I thought that was really funny. Now, in my first playthrough, and to clarify, I have platinum to the game. In my first playthrough, I spent a lot of time. I mean, I spent quite a bit of time in in RPD. I mean, that's kind of, I mean, I spent about as much time as I possibly could there for a place that only takes 3 minutes on one end and 2 minutes, three minutes before the orphanage sequence and 2 minutes after the orphanage sequence. Like, so for a combined total
Right.
of 5 minutes that you really need to only be in there. I kind of did as much exploring as I could. I mean, you could go back to the stars room. You can go a few different places, but you really only need to be in there for about 5 minutes total. Both
It's
combined between the beginning, combined between the separation of the orphanage sequence.
it probably is one of the more linear sections of the game too. So it's not, yeah. Thinking back on how much that was in the trailers, it is kind of funny.
Yeah. So, excuse me. Let's bring it back here. I feel like the best part of the game was the care center with Grace. That was easily the most, if we're gonna put it in terms of survival horror, that was easily the most survival horror part of the game.
Right.
And it was fantastic. The care center was awesome. True Resident Evil in there.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like Resident Evil games tend to put their best foot forward first.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the strongest section of the remake of 2 is RPD.
Mm-hmm.
Like the strongest section of 7 is the Baker house.
Oh yeah.
I feel like a lot of them tend to have such a great section in the beginning.
Well,
but
I would argue though, in Resident Evil 8, the best part of Resident Evil 8 wasn't Chateau Domitresque, or however it's pronounced, but was the house with all the dolls and like baby that would eat you. That part
Beneviento, I think.
That place. It was Castle Domitresque, and then Chateau, that word for the for the house that had like the dolls. That place was terrifying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that place was terrifying. The castle was just okay. Anyway, the care center was awesome. I didn't like the basement section. I didn't like the basement section, but I did like the main part of the house.
Yeah. I think what was cool though is like the shift from the horror with the care center, and then after that you play as Leon for most of the game. I feel like that shift wasn't quite that jarring. You know what I mean? Like I feel like 7, for example, like the Baker house is such a great section, and then after that, it kind of just goes downhill. I didn't get that at all with this game, because I feel like they were going for something different. And what is so cool about this game is like there really is something in this game for fans of every other Resident Evil game. It's like they took the best parts of every game in the series and made a game out of them.
And I should clarify that the basement isn't bad per se, but I'm getting tired of the being stalked by something big trope.
Really?
Yeah. It's just, I know that it adds tension, but there comes a point where it's like, I guess I'm just kind of, I don't, traumatized and PTSD is a wrong word to describe Mr. X, but I'm traumatized by his annoyance. Mr. X.
Yeah, you've explained this to me before.
Mr. X there came a point in Resident Evil 2 Remake where Mr. X went from being, oh, this is really intense, to, good God, just let me get through the library. It's just like,
see, I kind of like something I loved about that remake of 2, and then I found myself doing it again in this game, is like looking at the map and like planning out a route for like getting to another room, because like if you know where the stalker is, you have to get around them, and like having to like plan out a route is, I think, honestly, one of the most fun things about
Oh, I love that
some
too.
of these games.
I love that too.
Like
I do.
I think that's what the stalker does for me, is like it makes that part fun.
Let's and I know that our listeners, however few they may be, probably listening to me like, this guy just doesn't like horror. No, I do like horror.
Yeah.
But sometimes stalker enemies, it's just kind of like, it's like, oh, just let me play the game.
Right. It's like more like I just have to get around you rather than you're scary.
Tell me more about your experience and what you liked.
Okay. When I first got into the game, I was like, I mean, I was already blown away. Like from the first like 10 minutes of gameplay, I was like, okay, this is gonna be sick. And I really just loved, like, even as someone who doesn't love all the Resident Evil games, like there's really only one that I actually don't like, but I feel like the Requiem did a lot of different things, but none of them feel out of place because they're all things that Resident Evil has done before, and I think this game just like takes them to a different level and perfects them. Like you have a mansion RPD style explore like area you have to explore with the care center. You have Leon has action set pieces. He's got like a really over the top motorcycle chase that feels like it's straight out of 5 or 6. And you just get so many different things to do, and the game is not like, obviously it's a Resident Evil game, it's not that long, but it feels like they jam-packed a lot into it, and it feels like a complete package.
It does. It's crazy to think that, like, so my first playthrough was about 12 and a half hours.
Oh yeah, you ended up going a little longer than I did.
It was about 12 and a half hours for my first playthrough. My speed run playthrough was 3 hours and 45 minutes. And then my standard classic playthrough was and then from there it was just kind of a consistent 5.5 hours. So my standard classic was 5.5, and then my insanity was 5.5, which you can watch the entire thing here on my channel.
Yeah,
it's all
go watch it. Go check it out. How was the classic? I meant to ask. I did not play on the classic difficulty yet. I played standard modern.
Okay, so my thoughts on classic are a bit skewed. So here's the reason why. I did standard, right? I did just regular standard modern, whatever it is. Anyway, that was my first playthrough. And then my second playthrough was speed run, no health items, no blood injector. Okay. And that along with getting, I also got all of the I also got all of the files during that run as well. So I finished that run with approximately 90,000 challenge points. So
damn.
I was able to go in and buy unlimited ink ribbons, unlimited ammo, and like something else. So the difference between like standard modern and standard classic, or if that's what it was called,
I think that's what it
is essentially ink ribbons for grace.
Okay.
And because I had unlimited ink ribbons and unlimited ammo, it was easy mode.
It didn't really matter.
Now, I think the better question is, how was Insanity? Now,
Right.
because the part where you're in the city as Leon,
Yeah.
and then the part where you're Grace escaping that first area from the girl,
Yeah.
that shit was fucking hard. Okay, and because here's the thing. So your first playthrough starts, and you can immediately go. You're given a little bit of Leon's money, right? You're given a little bit of Leon's money, and then like one of those things that you can buy weapons from just shows up right there at the beginning, even though it wasn't there in your first playthrough. So the issue is that you have to rebuy and re-upgrade all of your weapons. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, you have to rebuy and re-upgrade all of your weapons. And all of a sudden, your health pool is super low, and enemies' health pools are super high. And then you're running through what was it? Renwood? Renwood?
Renwood.
And instead of just normal zombies, they're turning into blister heads right there. And they will one-shot you. If you watch my stream, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play this as normally as I can I don't want to do rocket launcher right away. I'm gonna try to play this as normally as possible. And like I have like, and the issue with like the what is it called? The Requiem. The issue with the Requiem, although it hits pretty hard, it doesn't feel like it hits really hard anymore.
Yeah.
And it's got slow reload.
Yeah.
And the kickback is a lot. So your shots have to be like right on the anyway. I'm making a long story. So it took me a long time to get it. Basically, after dying 4 or 5 times, I was like in there with Casey, and I'm like, screw it. I've got to sell all my weapons and just get the rocket launcher because I'm not getting through this part. So I have like the rocket launcher from the get-go. And then switching to Grace, where she's trying to get out of that area, and you have to get the spark plug. So on casual, it's pretty easy to move that cart without anything falling off of it. You just wiggle it a little bit, stop. Wiggle it a little bit, stop. Wiggle it a little bit, stop. And nothing will fall off. Then you can get up there and get the thing. But like even on standard, and definitely on, so even on standard, it's not that easy. Okay. I still, on my classic run, shit was still falling off, even though I was doing the wiggling method. And then on Insanity, I was doing the wiggling method, and just things were just falling off left and right. And I know that I'm kind of going on here. I don't have my infinite ink ribbon yet, so I only have there's one ink ribbon in that specially locked room where the spark plug is. So there's one ink ribbon in there, so I can make like one save, and I chose to make that save as soon as I got the key in to get in there. So like and the girl, if she gets you, she bites her head off, and it's a one it's a one shot on Insanity. So getting through that area was really difficult, and the girl is a bit more present when getting through that area. But as soon as you can get to your item box, then it's just easy mode on Insanity. I was surprised with how easy certain sections were on Insanity, but then I was also surprised with how difficult some sections were on Insanity. And then item placement is different. Safe codes are different. But yeah, so there's a lot more liquors on Insanity mode, and a lot more blister heads. But it was fun.
Yeah. I will run through it again at some point, hopefully on Insanity. We'll see what happens.
if you can get through Insanity without infinite ammo something, then congratulations. I'll buy you a cookie. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, people do it. I just don't want to be one of those people.
Yeah, I definitely don't have the patience for that. This is the same reason I don't play like Dark Souls. Like, it's not why I play a game. I don't want to be. All right. I want to be stressed out, but I want to be stressed out from the horror, not from like just fighting the same boss 10 times.
Yeah. And with the infinite rocket launcher, you even on Insanity, you one shot all the bosses, unless it's got 2 phases, then you 2-shot them.
Oh, but yeah. There you go.
Like
speaking.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. Speaking of bosses, I told you that initially, like when I first finished the game, initially I thought the final boss was a little bit underwhelming, and that was like, it didn't bother me that much because the rest of the game was so incredible. But I don't know. I think I was kind of coming around on it. It wasn't a bad fight. I just thought it was a little short.
Yeah, I would agree. Even like I remember doing my Inferno run on Resident Evil 3 remake. Even though I had the infinite rocket launcher, you still had to even though I had the infinite rocket, I still had to shoot all the bubbles.
Yeah.
Push in all of the cores. And I still had to go through all the different phases of that, but and that was pretty challenging, even with infinite ammo. And with a rocket launcher, but in RE9, even on Insanity, I was just like, boom, main first phase done, boom, second phase is done, and it was over. Yeah. But I honestly I like games that allow you to make harder things easier so long as you play the game.
Right.
Like I earned those rewards, so I'm going to use them to make the game easier on these harder difficulties.
Right. It's a feedback loop.
The heart, I would say that the final boss for me of Insanity was that room where so it was right before Leon goes up to that area where he passes out. It's the room that had the liquors on the ceiling, and then once you put the key in, everything comes out. So I come back into that room with the key. There's no liquors on the ceiling, and I'm like, Casey, I'm gonna go save. So I go. By the way, my buddy Casey, he sits in on my stream, so that way I have someone to talk to while playing games. So I go in and save, and then I come in, and I'm like, I know that if there aren't liquors here now, there's gonna be liquors here in about 2 seconds when I put this key in. And I put the key in, and about 6 to 8 liquors just spring up out of nowhere. And it took me about 3 or 4 tries to get their drop down placement. So that way I could maneuver around them and get the right shots off at the right time with the rocket launcher. So that was harder than Gideon. That was harder than the Victor Gideon fight. You want to hear a crazy theory that I heard online? So you know how Leon says, this is the best I've felt in years after he got so people are gonna be like, this is how they're gonna milk Leon for another 20 years because they're gonna try to write it off that this Elpis cure will actually slow down aging.
That would not shock me. Like at first they had me for a second, and I was like, is Leon gonna die? And then I was like, no, Capcom would not kill Leon S. Kennedy, bro. That's not gonna happen.
They did in the Destroy ending.
Oh, well, yeah, but that's not the canon one, right?
No. In the Destroy ending, he in the destroy ending,
doesn't it just skip the final boss?
it skips the final boss. So basically, in the destroy ending, Xeno executes Leon.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and yeah, and then it just ends. I'm so like, did you figure it out? Like, did you figure out like through the context clues of the game that it was okay to release Elpis?
So I was like, I watched that scene with Grace watching the thing on the computer, the floppy disk, and I was like, okay, so there's something going on here, right? This is not like Elpis is not quite what it seems. And then right before you have to make that choice, Leon says destroy it. And I'm like, wait, what's going on? So I will be honest, when games do this, like games that generally don't have narrative choices throw a choice at you at the end, I usually look up which one is the canon ending. Just because, like, I don't want to, like, I don't know. It's just something I feel the need to do.
You don't want to get traumatized by Leon getting executed?
Yeah, and that ending is like it just ends and you skip the final boss. Like I don't want to have to replay the game again just to see the final boss. So that's why I do that. But I did look it up and I was like, oh, okay, this makes sense. It's not completely out of the blue. And then so I chose to release it.
Can we both agree that Sherry Birkin looks amazing in the RE engine? Like,
I mean, yeah.
She looks absolutely incredible in the RE engine. And I'm sitting like, it's like she shows up. She's like 40 years old now. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. She's only like, canonically, she's only like a few years older than I am. And I'm like, damn. It's like, can we please get a Resident Evil 6 remake in the RE engine? Like,
dude, honestly, they should do that. They should do 5 and 6 eventually. Like, especially 6 because then I could actually like use a remake.
If they're kind of going with like the remake, if they're going with the remake timeline with these new games, then I feel like that gives them carte blanche to remake both 5 and 6 in a better image.
Right.
That even can fundamentally change how those games kind of play out and how they play. Why not? Like if they're going with because I think the remakes have changed a few things up since the originals, especially with number 2. Why not alter things to better fit the narrative as it stands from the remakes, if that's just what they're going with in the future?
Right. At this point, obviously they're considering the remakes as canon for going forward. So they might as well. The originals will always be there. I mean, I guess, well, no, 5 and 6 are still pretty widely available because they were on PS4 too.
Yeah.
Or that generation. But maybe I say that a little bit easier because I like 5, but I really don't care for 6. So I feel like 6 would benefit a lot from a remake.
I like them both just fine. I'm one of the few people on the planet that enjoyed my time in 6. Narratively, 6 makes sense. Okay, sorry. Narratively, 6 makes sense.
My issue with it is not that they go loud. It's just that the whole game is loud, and I think that makes it like there's an explosion every 5 seconds. But I think that makes it boring.
Narratively, that makes sense though, because if let's see, 6 takes place in 2012, 2013, and at that point, it's been 15 years of bioterror nonstop. It seems like, right? And like, of course, the world is gonna like devolve into a huge explosion-y bioterrorism-y mess. And so you can't have survival horror all the time if there's bioweapons breaking out every 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just think like my issue isn't that it's an action game. I just think it's a bad action game.
I don't think it's a bad action game. Um, but like the issue with it is that I think that it just doesn't know what it wants to be, because there's 3 campaigns. They'll have to solve that problem with a potential remake.
Yeah.
There's 3 campaigns, and each one kind of has its own vibe, which it's just kind of it's all weird. Anyway, but
In
yeah,
that respect, you could say 9 is did what 6 was trying to do, but better, because 9 does
yeah,
a lot and none of it feels out of place.
yeah. Let's see. Some review that I saw said that like Grace is this really really high tension, high survival horror part of the game that like it feels like great Resident Evil, and then when you switch to Leon, it's like this cathartic release, because
Yeah.
you like you've been sitting in all this tension for the past 4 or 5 hours as Grace, and now you can just like,
Whoop ass.
yeah.
Like
I don't think I died once as Leon during, um, I didn't die once as Leon in any of my playthroughs except for Insanity.
really.
Yeah,
Died a couple times.
yeah.
Grace, great character, by the way. Would
Grace
love
is
to see her back.
Grace is a great.
If she,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they would make her like the new face of Resident Evil, but if they want to bring her back, I'm cool with it. She was great.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's other female characters that need to make their return first.
Yeah.
Uh, but no, I wouldn't mind seeing Grace back as well.
I mean, the DLC rumors are for this game are saying that what, like, it was supposed to be Jill and Ada or something, or Jill and Ada were supposed to be in the game and they're saving it for DLC, something like that. I don't know. It's just rumors, so it could be nothing.
Yeah,
But
I've heard. Let's see. I've heard rumors that there's gonna be a section that shows what Leon was doing during the events of 7 and 8. I've heard rumors like that. Uh and so I don't know. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to believe. There's always like
yeah,
it doesn't
it
exist
could be
until
absolutely nothing. Yeah, but
yeah. Well, is there anything else that you want to sort of touch on in regards to Resident Evil 9?
I mean, not really. I did want to get in that about Grace though, because she was great.
She was great.
But yeah, I mean, fantastic, fantastic game.
Yeah,
One of the best new games I've played in a while.
I would agree. And God, I love that RE engine. I love the RE engine. It's one of the best engines on the market. It's a little bit difficult with open worlds, but for isolated smaller things and even character models, it can't be beat.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am super excited to see where Resident Evil goes next. I mean, I know 9 just came out, but like
rumor is that they're redoing Resident Evil 1.
Yeah.
And Code Veronica, which Code Veronica is in desperate need of a remake. So
that's the one I still haven't played any version of. Well, there's only one version of it, but that's the one I still haven't played in the mainline series.
Yeah, I haven't played. It's a hard game, and I was replaying it a couple weeks ago, and I realized why I haven't replayed it in 20 years is because it's a hard game. Very, very, very survival horror. So yeah, I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that we'll see what we're doing in the coming weeks. I think we've privately discussed how we're gonna do Pragmata. I know that I'm gonna, about a week before the release of the main game, I'll release the video that we did talking about the demo for Pragmata.
Right.
And then it's not a high priority game for me, but as soon as I can get my hands on it, I will.
Right.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at too.
Yeah.
And same goes for Fatal Frame. I'm not going to get a day. Well, I guess that comes out this week, right?
Yeah,
but
that comes out this week.
Yeah, so I won't get
Do
it
you have a
this week.
calendar off in your corner that you're looking at? Like,
Yeah, dude, I have a calendar on my door.
do you have like notes on what's coming up on certain days?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
I gotta write things down, dude. I can't use a calendar on a computer. It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, I don't do that either. Yeah, I just keep it all up in here because I'm badass that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll be back. We'll be back with some more game stuff soon.
Yeah, at some point.
All right. Well, we'll call it there.